everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for the home decor, things for your garden decor, things for your business, sympathy tributes, weddings and much, much more. I hope you all had a wonderful day yesterday, guys. And I hope you all was enjoying the weather, especially the people in the UK, because we don't get it very often. And again, it's another scorching day. So I had to wash my dress last night, iron it and everything, and put it back on today because it kept me lovely and cool. And we've got a customer order today. I had a customer yesterday. She wanted, it's for just a little entrance on a door for her daughter who's getting married, and she just wants a small little door swag just on the front of her door. So we went through all the different things that we've got because she wants them in green and white, because that is the theme of her daughter's wedding, is pale green and white. So basically she says she's having obviously the foliage and then just white flowers. So and the flowers that she's having are lisianthus and a few white peonies, which sounds lovely. So we had a look through and everything, and we discussed, as I do with my customers, what what would look nice together, what wouldn't, what fits well together. She wanted a bow as well. She chose the ribbon and she chose the swag because she said it's only small she wants. And so yes, we've got everything here that I got out last night ready to do for today's video, because she's coming to collect it on Saturday. So the ribbon that the lady's chosen is the deco mesh. She loved the deco mesh, deco web ribbon. She absolutely loved it when she spotted it. So she wanted that, but then she liked the ombre ribbon as well. She thought that was lovely because it had white in it. And then she also liked the ones with the different eucalyptus on as well. She thought that was very, very pretty and elegant. So we've done a ribbon in that for the lady. Isn't that pretty? They're all 5-inch loops, and there's a deco web ribbon in the center which is only 3-inch, just to cover our mechanics. So we've done that. So that's the bow that we're going to attach. Now the small wreath swag that she chose, I've got different types, but she wanted a small grapevine one, and she loved this. She said it reminded her of a sweeping brush back in her days when she was younger. I said to her, well, yeah, it does a little bit, but she loved it. She says it's perfect, it's cute, she likes it, and her daughter would love it because her daughter likes very much the same thing as what she does. She said they're more like twins and best friends than they are mother and daughter. So she says she knows that what she picks, her daughter will love it. So we went through some of our foliage and flowers, and she first of all picked the snow willow. She said her daughter's got this on her garden growing up the fence, and she says well, her words were, what a coincidence. She says so she loved that. She'd like to see some of that in to represent her daughter's beautiful garden that she's got as well. So we've got some bits of that. Now we've got some ruscus. I've shown her different types of ruscus, but she likes this one because she likes the movement of it. So we've got one stem out because it's got several on it, and it's got 5 little leaves, stems coming off of the main one. So it's quite nice and moving and bushy as well. She also chose the flowering eucalyptus. She says she likes that. She loves the flowers on it. Her daughter's got a thing about daisies, So she says that would add a beautiful little touch to it. We went through this and I've shown her the movement of it, with it being the foxtail fern, and I told her with it having white in it, dusty material, and she thought it was very quite elegant and romantic. And I didn't do this to her, but I just said it's lovely, lovely movement on any arrangement, and it would look beautiful. And oh, I've got 2 bunches out. Let me put that. So I've got out some lamb's ear because she insisted that she wants lamb's ear in it. So I've shown her the different types of lamb's ear I've got, some in clusters and some I've put on single picks. She likes the single picks ones because they're longer and she likes the movement of it. She wants, she says, her and her daughter like things that sway in the wind. She likes wildflowers and things like meadow flowers and things. So she likes movement. So she chose those. Now she chose, I've got 3 here, so veronica. I've got different types of veronica. I've shown her the different types. This is very much flocked. It's quite heavily flocked, but it's got a big one and then 2 little bit veronica on the same stem. So she chose that as well. She also chose this, which I can't make my mind up whether it looks like thyme, and I was honest with her, I'm not sure what it is. But she also liked that. She thought that was really pretty because she said there's when people get married, she says they tend to go for things like what is it, fern leaf or leather leaf or something like that, very fine. But she preferred this. She also said if something doesn't look right, then this would be another choice just to place in some tarragon if the others didn't sit well. So this is a backup, guys, but I've got it out in case. She saw the birch. I've got a darker colour birch, but this is the lighter one in green, where it's got like hints of white in around the tips and the edges, just a small little bit, but it's waxed, and again she likes the movement because her daughter likes meadowy flowers where it looks wild. So we've got that. She chose also my Himalayan maidenhair fern. What a good choice. I've got other bits of fern. I've shown all the different types I've got. We did go to 2 choices in the end, and then she said I can't make my mind up, and she asked me my opinion, and I said because this is the lighter of the 2, this would look pretty in it, and it's very slimline. So she's gone for that. So the little peonies, she's gone for the white little peonies, which last night I steamed, so they're already open now, waiting to be placed in. So she likes them because there's 2 on several, and you also get a little bit of wild foliage with it. Again, the meadowy look she likes. And then of course lisianthus or astoma, whichever you know it by, it's still the same. And I gave her the option of the plain white or the white with the limey green around it. She's gone for this one. So we're going to have that. She says she'd like that in it as well, just scattered around, and she loves the ideas of the buds that are with it as well. And she couldn't believe how realistic they looked. So that is the lady's choice for her daughter's wedding. So that's what we are going to do, everybody, for our project today. And I'm going to stand up. I need to stand up because when I do swags like this, I have to stand up because sitting down doesn't give me the correct eye view. So I like to be on par with my swag. And I've got my cup of coffee. Oh, lovely. So we're going to stand up, guys. So I'm going to move my stool and we're going to do it on here. So first of all, I want to attach, before we start, our bow. Now I've asked the lady where she would like the bow. She was thinking at the bottom, but then when I told her the way the swag works, it goes into a teardrop, she changed her mind and wanted it then at the top. So it's now gonna go through the grapevine. If I can push it all the way through, let me take this off a minute. Her daughter's coming with her on Saturday to pick it up. She said it's a surprise for her. And she's can't wait to see her face. Let me just get that one through there. That's that one. And then that one through here. Just make sure that the streamers are at the bottom. She says she's not fussed how long the streamers are. She's more bothered about having it just sitting nice and flush in the centre. So I've twisted it at the back. We'll cut some of it off and then we'll bend it inwards so it's inside the grapevine so it doesn't scratch the lady's door. And if you still feel that you when you do things like this that you still think it may scratch a door, place some felt or a piece of material on the back, just glue it on and it should then be soft to touch on, will not harm your door. But I've assured the lady that these won't do any harm to her door. So we'll just fluff it up. Like so. I asked the lady if she wanted also, I do make sure I ask the customers virtually anything I can think of, how big of a bow she wanted. So I've made her a bow up, you know, how while I was here out of some of my oddments to show her the different sizes, and she's gone with the 5-inch loops. She was going to go with 6.5 to 7-inch loops until I shown her how big it would sit on here. It would be too big. So she went to in the end to the 5-inch loops. So I think with the deco web I will just cut that a bit shorter. I don't want it hanging too low. Let's do this one as well. That's not cut very good. It's better. There we go. So I've not made them extremely long with it, but only being a small one as the lady chose. I've shown her the different size swags that I have, but she did say that she just wanted a small one. So let's have a look. I'm going to put in our fern, our Himalayan maidenhair fern to start with. I've just grabbed an handful out. I'm not sure how many I'm going to place in, but I want to start at the top. Then, as I always say when I do swags, the centerpiece here where I've attached the bow is the neck. I tend to simplify it so it's done in human terms. So people tend to, they've come back on me and told me that they find that easier and more easier to remember if they think of it as a human terms, like the neck. The widest point is your shoulders. Here is your rib cage and there is your waist. And they find that easier to understand and remember as well for when they start to place their florals. So we're going to place in our fern on the neck to start with, right at the top. Which will then sit lovely just there. And then we move, oops, I pulled that off. Then we move to the neck. Let me just glue that back on. Get rid of any glue seeping out. And then we are going to go here. So it starts to come around the shoulders wider. As you can see. The lady actually loved the texture of these ferns. So as you can see, the neck and then the shoulders, just like us, wider point. And then we're going to come down here. So we're going to lean off of the shoulders to come down. So now I start to place in the Himalayan maidenhair fern and place it in to start coming down into a point. I may put another 2 here. Let's just have a look. Yes, to fill in. Maybe I'll do it as I get near done the others. Oh, that one's a bit bent. I can't use that one. So then we're going to bring that down here like so. And then we just keep moving downwards, and what I do on one side I will do on the other side, so it can be done immediately. Just again, as you can see, once I now start coming out, and then to bring in your foliage inwards, then you start to go at an angle and placing it up like so, and then that will go like that, and then it will droop down more. Instead of placing it in like that, which will make your foliage stick out, I go up at an angle, up from the bottom to the top. So we go up like so. So as you can see now, it's starting to come in. It's basically, we're staggering it from wider point down and bringing it inwards. Like that. And we do the same again here. Bring it in, but slightly, place it in the center here, but bring it up as well. And again, you can see that that's now going down into the center at the point. Like that. And then we have one right at the bottom, which will be our point, which this will just go in the center like so. And that is your point. So it's come out and then it's gone inwards. So let me just turn it around to make sure. Yes, do I place? Yes, I'm going to place the two at the top. I'm going to place those in between there just to fill that up a little bit more. And then I've got two left. I'm going to place them in the center strip on the inside. I'm going to cut those really short, the stem. I don't want them too long. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring these in the center. One just under the bow, under here. And again, I'm placing it upwards. So that leans down, straight down. And then place one here as well. So then I have them also in the center and all the way around the sides. Doesn't that look really subtle? Isn't it weird? It's like I'm wearing matching clothes again. Oh, the Halloween one with the witch's legs. The wreath, guys, that's sold. So my sister has had that and she loves it. She's very much like me in every way. And things like those legs, those funny legs on the witch's legs, that makes her giggle, things like that as well. So my sister's had those. So it's gone. Bless her. She's with her horses again today, so she's going to be red hot. Right, I want to place in our foxtail fern as well, because that is long. So what I'm basically doing is placing in the long pieces at the back, like the fern and the foxtail, because they're the ones that are giving us our line and our structure to the shape of our swag. So I will take some of those out, and we're going to do the same principle. One in the center, and then we're going to go around the shoulders. I'm going to cut all these down. They're very flocked, these are, and I love them. I've always got these in stock because they are also wonderful for weddings. And again, I'm building the structure with the wispy bits by just going from the neck, the shoulders, and then I'm working my way down to the ribs and then to the waist. I'm not going to put as many in as what I have the fern. And then we have one at the bottom for our point, for our waist. And again, placing it upright so it sits just like so. So we don't need those no more either. Now let me just take these off while I've got them in my hand. Fastened up with raffia, because these again, they're beautiful. This is more like the real veronica that I used to use in floral arrangement. So I want one at the top here, one at the side, and then I want one at the around the bottom area. So again, we're going to do here at the top. And just turn it over so. I can't see. You know, I think I need new glasses. Let me just place a bit of more of a sharp cut on the edge. Oh, I can see now. Let me just push it really hard in, just so it doesn't fall out. slightly bend it over, give it that little bit of a curve. And the same with this one. Straighten that up. Bend that one back a bit. Like so, and then I'll place this one. Let's just see where. Yeah, I'm going to place this one slightly higher. I don't want it right down here. I'm going to just bring it slightly up a little bit more. And then just bend it downwards so it's giving that point of going down. So that is our veronica. We've got our lamb's ear. And I want to be bringing this again out so you can see it from the side, but then I'll place the odd ones in the centre as well. I may need at the top to cut it a little bit shorter. So this will sit on the shoulders. I will place one around the top also to balance it out. Like that. So with the lamb's ear, as you can see, it's already softening it up and giving that lovely soft texture, which I find quite romantic. I like doing things like this. Mind you, I like anything. I say it all the time. I like this. I like doing these. I love doing swags. I think out of wreaths and swags, swags are more of a favourite of mine, I think. I like to create the teardrop shape. Let me just see. That one needs to go around here. So I try to get them and position them in the same place. I think I'll bring those down a little and then add some more up above. So let's get... I'm looking at some because some are really bent over and they would do great for the shoulder parts. So I'm going to place these a bit higher up. So they will lean over. There's another one here. That's doing the same. filling up the top. And I always send my customers a picture of the finishing touches to have a look and see what they think, if they require any alterations or something else adding to it. And then once they are happy, then I will box it up in some pretty paper and everything. Ready for collection. In a box with nice, but with this being white, I try to keep with the colour of what the florals are, with the paper that I cover them over with. So this would have, I'd probably go for a white or maybe a very pale mint green. So the lady did say she definitely wanted quite a bit of lamb's ear, so we give the lady her wonderful request. And then one this side. And then the final one I'm going to place, and I'm going to place that under the veronica. So the veronica has got something pretty to sit over the top. So that is all of our lamb's ear. Well, let me have another drink. I don't know why I'm drinking hot drinks on a hot day. My son made it me though. He's got the week off of work. He's booked it in, right, ruscus. Now, I don't think we're going to need the tarragon, no. So that back up what she asked for, we're not going to put that in. Now, I'm placing these in because these are going to give off a lovely texture. Very airy, and again, like the lady said, her and her daughter love meadowy looks, wild flowers and things like that. And she likes to see things in the wind moving, in the breeze of the wind. So these, when she chose, said they're beautiful, and she does like them. Now this is one of her daughter's flowers she has on her garden, which grows up the fence. So I've cut several pieces off of the main stem, but I did leave some long, and I thought I'll cut them down to size as we go along if they need to be cut. So I'm thinking about the shoulders again, to have it one at the top as the point and where the neck is, and then some on the shoulders going out either side, and then again bringing some down. And this I want on the outside, because if I place it on the inside, it's gonna get lost with everything else because of the little flowers. So I want those to be noticed on the outer side. So I cut two pieces, very much the same for the shoulders. I did cut one for the neck, there it is. So we've got two for the shoulders and one for the neck. So we'll place the neck one in first. Just small, I don't want it being too tall. We've got to still take into consideration the balance to make sure that it all looks all balanced out. And again for the shoulders. Oops, the daisy nearly slipped there. So just bring that little pretty romantic white on the outside. Do the same one around here. Just popping it through. I'm having some of the flowers obviously on the back. So on our shoulders. I may place two there. May cut. See, these have got... Oh, I've got one there, look. Oh, how lucky is that? And I'll cut one here. So I could place two here just to fill in again at the top. So if I just turn it around, just around in between these two. Like so. I'm going to get a wire, a floral wire, because when I work on my easel, when it moves, it's just one of my pet hates, guys. So I like to keep it fastened to the actual frame. So I tend to place a floral wire through the back like you would your... If I can get that bit through. Like you would with your ribbon, and twist it at the back. And this is just to keep it in position so it doesn't keep moving everywhere. I could do with one at the bottom, I think, as well. So if I just lift, because there's a wire going around the central part of the spine. I can't get it through. Now I'm just threading it through there. I can't see it if I do it that way. One moment, guys, just bear with me. Oh, go on. There we have it. And I'm going to hold that in place as well. Just by twisting it at the back. So now that will stay in place how I'd like it to sit, so I can work better with it. So that is, let me sort that. I'm going to pull this veronica out. It's just not sitting in the right spot. It keeps wanting to go like that. I want it to lean over. So let's cut it sharper and have it sitting in it properly. Do it a bit more. And so I'm going to cut it at a 22 degrees angle, which is a much sharper point, which will help also it going in. Look at that. Perfect. So now we've done those, I want to place, I don't want to place all of this in how I have, let me chop some of this off, some of the twig, like I have with the fern. I want to just dot the odd piece around, so I'd want one here, one here. So another 2 on those each side, and then 1 perhaps again, either 1 either side there, or just 1 single one under the veronica. I don't want to overpower it, so we'd have 1 here just peeping through on this side. So that's that one. I'm going to cut this one to about down here, so I've got a longer one. I'm going to do the same opposite, so I'm going in the same area, opposite. As well. And then another one either side, so I'll use that one. Yeah, we'll put on those either side underneath, nearer to the bottom. If you can hear the barking, guys, it's amazing. She's got a thing, guys, about trucks. She doesn't like anything with wheels on, as well as other dogs. And she's not a nasty dog herself. She's just protecting her owner. But her owner says it can be frustrating sometimes. So then we'll bring that one there. And then this one, I think, if I could pull that out, yeah, because that's stem. Here comes my cat. Hello. Hello. Where have you been? You come to see what Mummy's doing? Yes. Yes, I know. Let Mummy do this. Don't get in my way. I know what you like. Molly. No. Just stay there. Then I'm going to place one under here at the bottom as well. Molly. Oh gosh, guys, here we go. I've got these bits left, so I think I'm going to use them. I may as well. And just place these in, which will look pretty. We'll see where we can place them and use them. Do I bring them there in that space here? So let's just, I've just placed these in, guys. Sorry, I've just realised I've not turned it around. Naughty me. That's one. And then another one here. Let's just get that one in a little bit more. What? And I've just got one left, and I'm gonna, there's just this little one, and that I'm going to place in the center where the bow is. So we're going to cut that really short, dip a little bit of the tiny stem that I've left on it, which is only about an inch, and we're just going to stick it in the center. So it looks like then the flowers are coming through and growing through the beautiful bow. Oh, Marley, I've got a feeling my son has given you some treats, because I can smell the chicken on your breath. He's so greedy. Now we've got a different, again, green, oh, excuse me, a different green. It's more like a slight orange, or olive green. I will get it right. Olive green. And you can see hints of, you can see on the back of there like a pinky colour. I don't know if it's supposed to be like, well, more like a brown, like it's starting to go into the autumn change. So, and you can see them on the around as well as white. So it's like a bit of a three-tone leaf, but very subtly. It's not, you know, noticeable unless you really look at it. And I think it's really pretty. So let's see about these. I've got something bugging me there. So let's just see where these can go. And this, because we've chosen this, and me and the lady, I did say to her, this is more subtle than the other green. If I show you the other green, I mean, it's nice colour green. I'll get one out if I can just pull on it. Oh, my goodness. I don't want the old bunch. There we go. Now the other one's more of a limey green, so you can see the difference in the colour. That's more of a limey green, and darker, that's more of a white pastel green, like a mint green. So hence the reason I did show her both and say that this one would look better with the choice, because it's more softer for the palette, and, you know, more of a romantic look, and will be softened. So that would look better in her arrangement than a darker one. And the lady agreed, because I did show her. I like to show my customers. Let's just cut. How many treats have you had? Because I can smell that like you've had the lot. Careful. I know you. I think I'm going to put the bottom bit on picks, because there's not much of a stem. So I'll place the little ones on picks. Use those as filler. I'm just cutting the prongs off where I've just pulled those off, so then it gives me a longer stem to be able to place in. Sweet. So I want to do again, when I constantly place in things, I'm always doing it from neck, shoulders, and placing things around where the neck is, the shoulders is. I'm not just putting one there, one at the bottom and two here. I'm bringing it around like I have with the fern, you know, to bring it in, to have movement all the way around the teardrop, not just on the top, sides and bottom. I want to make it flow so it moves around. Now I'm placing these at the back because they are so airy, and you can just see them popping through, and they give that lovely little movement around the back of it. And again on this, you'll see the odd one, just by manipulating it and popping a bit of it through as well. Let's just grab it. Up at the top. And then I want one at the top again with these, so then you can see it also. But with this one I will place at the front or just behind the bow, so then it will flop forward and allow it to give you that volume. So I'm bringing, instead of having it all upright and nothing here, to bring, because with a teardrop you bring it wider here and more out here, then you go in thinner as you go down to the bottom, so it gives that shape. So hence the reason I'm bringing these out, so they hang out to give that volume here, and then as I go down it will not be as, you know, it won't have as much volume as I go to the bottom. So let's take that off. And then I'm going to bring it, I've put those three there, so then I'm going to bring this one down here. So let's just cut these. And then with the ones, the single ones that I have left, I will place on picks. Now, for all you new beginners, I do save these stems for if I need anything and a flower has come, or if I purchase just flower heads, then I've got a thick stem to attach it onto. So I save things like that. So again, pull the bottom ones off. Just cut the little prong off that it was on, so it gives you a straight stem. And plus they don't want to be seeing customer little prongs that are sticking out with nothing on, because they may think something's dropped off. So I'm going to go here, bring that to the side. I'm going to do the same with this one, going opposite. Again, I always go where I've placed the other. Let me just see. I'm going to have to put a sharper point on that one, guys. More of a 22-degree point. So then it will make it easier to go in. There we go. And again, as you can see through the side view, that it's much more volume here. Right, so let's have a look. I'm just going to place picks on these few that I've got single that I pulled off, because then I can use these to be thinner as I go down, so they won't again have as much volume sticking out here. It'll have a little bit of volume, but it won't be as noticeable as it is at the top. I'm surprised you can't hear my cat purring. That's a sign of contentment. Oh, I love coffee. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it just touched my lips and it's cold. Again, I'm placing them in. As I push the picks in, a little bit of glue seeps out, so I wipe that off. Because I don't want, like, the bride to be seeing little bits of dried blobs of glue. So there are single ones. So I want one here, one at the opposite side, and then one at the bottom. So we'll put these in at the sides first. I can just show you, I'm just again placing it upwards. I'm not going in at horizontal. It is being placed vertical, the stem. And then this side as well, vertical. Molly, let people see. So that's that. I'm going to bring this one down at the bottom. Underneath the veronica. Just to give a little bit of different texture there. So now I've got these. I may not use all of them, but if I can get them in, I will. So I'm going to bring some in the centre. Again, just fluffing it out a little bit. And I'm going to go under the bow as well. I might bring one down there. So I'm going to go further up the bow. Here. And then do on the opposite side as well. I've got 3 left. I may bring one here, maybe a taller one at the back. Let's see. Yeah, we'll bring a taller one at the back, not just at the front of it. Like so. So then I'm going to, where there's a gap here, I'm going to bring that one in here and on the opposite side as well to give that, balance it out. Just turn that and spot where, so it's around here. So that's what we've got now with our birch. And again, we're still on our foliage. I don't know about these. I think they'd be too much. I may place these some at the top, but I'm not going to go, I don't think, down unless I just add the odd bits and chop them up. I don't want it to overpower the subtleness of it because these are wispy. So I'm going to just see, just by cutting them, I mean the lady does want these, so I will put them in. You know, again, it's a customer request, so I'll bring something like that to give that movement of the arrangement. So she's got just a little bits of it around. And again, I always check with my customers that what I've done is to their standards. So I am constantly in touch with them, sending them pictures. I do it with all weddings, guys, and all other arrangements that I do. Everything I do for customers especially, I always keep in touch by sending pictures. Or video call them as well. That's another thing I do, and show them while I'm video calling. So we've got those there. So again, I don't want these right close next to it. I want to spread them out and balance them. So I may bring these just here, just on the outer side of it, just so you've got that little bit of floral. I could actually place one in there, so let me just place the other one on the opposite side. Like that. Bring one here because there's still that little gap there that I need filling. So then I'll do that again on the opposite side and place that in as well. So you've got that. And then I'm going to bring one from the centre down, and then I won't be placing any more of it in. Again, go through the centre. I'm leaving a bit of a gap through the middle, guys, because where the floral is going to be going. Just bend that a little bit. There we go. So we don't need any more of those. Oh, I've just snapped the rubber band. I must be extremely heavy-handed. So we have our ruscus. Now, there's a lot of greenery, but the lady did say they love greenery, you know, meadow foliage and how it moves. But again, I may just do these as clusters on the top for that, you know, more of a volume, and, you know, give it more of the movement at the top on either side. So we will just place that like so, and again you can bend and manipulate them just to give that shape of the roundness. So with these bending over, it's starting to show you a shape, how it rounds itself off. So if you look for that shape, oh, this has got plastic on. And that's the shape that you're trying to form, and when you're making the structure, just by bending the little bit of the main central stem will start giving you that. And with it, again, the customers say they like movement. So, and again, I could place one in the center for more movement. At the back. Like so. So again, I want one here because I can still see this gap. So by placing that in and the drooping down again, so that's what the effect we're having, is leaning over and then drooping down to the point. So I want those in those gaps. Like so. And do the same on again on the opposite side. So what you've done on one side, do the same. So the gap is around here. Fluff it up. Then we've got the two pieces. Oh, sorry, Marley. Two pieces left. Let me just cut that off. Save that stem as well. So I want those then in there. Again, letting those droop down. I'm not going to place one at the bottom because that's quite nice and full at the bottom. Oops, I've just pulled another one out. Just pulled the flower out. So that is our ruscus. Now I'm going to place these in last because I'm going to use these as like filler. So we're going to go on to our floral. And we're going to place in our peonies. I may just use 5. I don't think I need 2 bunches. Got a tag on here. And I'm pushing the foliage up to the top. And what we're going to do with here, we're going to bring one either side of the shoulders again. And I definitely want some. I may need 2 bunches actually, or just after a bunch. And then I want to bring the odd ones in the center, 2 down here, or maybe 3. Or I could just do 1 in the center there, and then 1 leaning on the veronica, and then 1 up above in the middle near the neck. So then you've got the 3 going down. So let's do that first. So I'm just going to turn around and have a look behind the bow so I can place it at the top. And then, yes, 1 either side, just where I've got the height of the central one. I won't be bringing 1 on the same height. I'll just lean it slightly down because I'm giving off, I want to form with the floral as well, that curve where it's drooping down. So you have to stagger them. So you have 1 at the height, the central one at the highest point, and then your second and third one in the similar area. Then you bring just slightly, even if it's just half an inch to an inch, but slightly down from it. So then you can see it's being staggered down as it goes. So then we'll bring this one there, and I want that one there. So as you can see now, it's 1's at that height and the other 2 are below it. So it's stepping down. And then you get your others and you bring them down from there. You can either bring that out because you do have the wide point there, and then you can just bring this slightly outwards because it's not going past the foliage, and then start going in to create again that teardrop shape. So I will bring that slightly out, not too much. I don't want it so it's too noticeable. I want it all to flow smoothly from each other. So they're around a similar place. Again, with this one, I will bring this one now coming inwards. So now we're going staggering it inwards at the bottom instead of coming out further. We're trying to now create that point at the bottom. I don't think I'm going to put the lisianthus in the center. So now you can see that's dropped inwards. We do the same on this side. Just turn it. So you've got that, and then I have one. Then I'm going to have one down at the bottom, underneath the veronica, but at a slightly longer point. So then you end up with that. I do have 2 bits left that I could place in the centre, so let's just have a look. We'll just turn that. Yeah, we're going to do that. It does look pretty. So I'm going to lift up the bow again. I'm going to place this quite far up. I may need to cut it actually. And the other one, do I bring it there? Yeah, I'm going to shorten that so I can get both of them in. Oh. Again, I don't want them sticking too far outwards. I'm going to place one there. And then I get the other one below. So we've got that now. So you can see the gaps that I've left for the lisianthus to be placed in. So I'm going to cut these. Do I do those with the buds on top? Yes. So they may be quite long. Save this as well. If I think they're too long, then I will cut the bud off because I've left them as those together. But with these, you can see there's a gap here. That's where I want that lisianthus, in there and in there, and then one. If I may place one under here as well. But I definitely want one at the top because it's a bigger flower head than these. So again, I always suggest mixing bigger heads with smaller heads because then that gives it a flow and it balances it out and it makes it more interesting to the eye to see different textures and different florals. So let me just cut those 2 big ones out as well. Pull that off. Again, I'm saving these that we've got. I could place those on picks, so I'm saving the leaves also. So let's get this lisianthus in at our top. Like so. It's not very central. Here we have it. And again with those, I could place those up there, but I wouldn't have them like the others higher than that, because then that looks odd. Then you've got a dip and then it goes up. So hence the reason I always say bring the other one, next flower, down below the height of that. So I think I may have to take these off. And then I'll bring that one outwards in between these two to form the triangle. I always form, and I always have triangular formulation, so you can, it balances out what you are trying to achieve. So there is your triangle. There's the flat piece of the triangle, and the point is here. So I've done that on that side. So now I want to do the same on the opposite side. Just take those leaves off, cut the prongs. So I'm just going to turn it around. So they are up there. I've got these buds. I may just bring these out and place them in somewhere, just to bring them out as a different movement. Let's see. I'll cut them down a little bit. Take that off as well. So I want this here and one here, and I've got 3. So then I may bring one down at the bottom for the point. And the buds then, a couple of buds I've got can go on the outer side. Just turn it. Just get that glue string. I may need to cut it smaller. That's one. And one in here also. To cover that gap. I think with the buds, I'm going to place a couple of buds down here. And then I may bring the other bud at the top. So that. It's a bit longer stem. Underneath the veronica. So that's what you have with you. I've placed a lisianthus in the centre and then one at the bottom. So with one bud, I've got 3 buds left. So I'm going to place that one slightly higher for, again, movement and wispiness. It's airy, so it won't look odd. And then I could bring 2 of these buds at the bottom, either side around here, just to fill in that little gap there as well. So we'll place this in. Place that there. I can get it in. Can't get that in. There in the centre. It's just I'll bring that up here again, placing it well, upwards towards the sky. And do the same with this one. Oh, Marley. So then that will fill in around the bottom. So that's all our floral. So we've just got one element, or maybe the leaves from the lisianthus I could place in. There's these to go in now for just popping in and adding a little extra touch and a bit more softness. Doesn't it look wonderful? All the joys of wedding. So romantic. So with these now, I'm using them as like filler foliage. There's no particular area that I'm going to be placing them or in any certain technique of placement. I'm going to just place them around where I feel they are needed. So straight away I can see I feel one is needed here. Under the veronica. I think one may be needed. So like with the filler foliage, you place it around where you think it is needed. Let me just cut these. And it wants to be shorter. That's okay. I think, if I'm being honest, let's just have a look. That ribbon is just too much with being quite wide. Is that better? Just see that we could do with some on the outer side as well. I'm going to bring some up at the top. Another one on the opposite side also. Good afternoon, hubby.
Hello.
You had a nice hot day at work?
Not really, no.
So I think I'm going to place some all around the centre, around the outer sides there. So I'm going to place some on this bunch on picks. Oops, I don't know what I was doing then. My husband don't like heat. He likes it at a certain temperature because then it's too hot to work in. It all stuck to me. Two more. So there we go. Do I place these in as a bit of a sock? Yes. I always, again, I know the lady wanted like a meadowy or a wispy movement, lots of movement and not big flowers. But I did suggest to her that having a bit of a solid leaf like this, maybe, because they're only small, will also add interest to the arrangement. I don't mean like big leaves like a aspidistra leaf or a great big long willow leaf, the big leafed ones, because they won't add to it. They will just make it look odd. So I'm going to place in, again, I may not use all these, but I'm going to place in some picks in these. Again, it's what the lady, it's part of the flower of the lisianthus, part of the foliage. That belongs to the lisianthus, so let's get it in. And plus it's a wider leaf, so a bit more solid. And what I don't use, then I will just save and put with my oddments. So if you ever take any off, you know, save them so you can use them for like filler foliage. They'll come in super for your filler foliage on your arrangement. Or if you don't use them, save them for maybe another project where you could use them as filler foliage there also. So I don't want that one. Let's get rid of some of these bits and bobs hanging around. So it's gone like that at the moment with, whoops, with the wispy bits in. Let's move these out of the way, because I keep mistaking them to use them. So I'll put that in my bucket with the rest of them. So I won't need no more picks. Sorry guys, I'm a clean freak. I can't help myself. I like you to be able to see what's on the worktop, not what's in the way of what we're doing. It's just me. I've always been like it. Blame my mum. Because my mum used to say when we was young, clean up after yourself. So it's always been drilled into us, me and my sisters. The more you clean up after yourself, the less you'll have to do next time. And she always said that. We sure did listen to her. Let me cut these down. I know that to cut these down, because I'm using them as like filler, the stems will be cut at a certain length. If I'd need them shorter, I'd just snip them. So I want one here as well. So lift everything up, and I'm placing it upwards so it hangs down and gives that hang down effect. Then I want maybe one on the outside here. I could have one on the outside there as well. So let's try that one first. Do one on the opposite side just to match it up with it. Like that. I've got two left. I want to bring one either side of this lisianthus or veronica at the bottom. Didn't cut that one. Bring that down. Again, by placing them up, like positioning them up with your stem like that, it naturally makes it hang down instead of having to place it in and then bend it down. Just by sliding it up will give that look of it just hanging. Like so. So now I'm going to use the lisianthus foliage again, because it's part of the lisianthus and it's more of a solid one, where I'm going to just stick these in and around so they're just popping the little bit of the round point out. So if I just show what I mean, so like here, I just like, you can just see it underneath there, so it's not too much. And again, I'll place one up here. And this is just being placed around, so you can just see it, look, just nipping its point out. To give that little bit of extra touch. And then I bring one down as well. Bit of a solid leaf behind the wispy ones. So it's under here. Again, bit of solid. So then that looks with the solid behind, gives you the illusion of, you can see it then going in behind. And it's covering any gaps throughout where the wispiness is. So you're basically covering that. You're giving it a bit of like a background really to lean on. So we've got 4 left. So now let's see, let me just turn it. I think I want one there. I'm going to place them in where I can see so I don't forget. Obviously they'll just be sticking out for now, guys, but they will be placed in properly. I think 2 there for definite, either side of the bow. Oh, at the top of where the bow is. Do I bring one? There. No, here I can see it straight away. Stop it. So let's get those in. So I'm placing it side of the little peonies. I'm pushing it down a little bit to give like a filler foliage effect. Oh, I love it when he does that, and he cleans in between his paws. He gets his paw and then he just spreads his fingers. Well, I call them fingers. And I think it's lovely. So cute. And then got one. And there. That one's in. I think let's have a look. Yeah. Right in there. A bit of fullness as well. Let me just stand back, Marley. Yes. Let me just stand back. Right, I can see something that's needed here. Or has it disappeared? Wonder. I think it's disappeared, yeah. So we'll place that like that. I think with this lisianthus I need to bring it out and reposition it. Oh my gosh, guys, I do use strong glue and sometimes it is hard to get it out. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Let's put a fresh pick on it. Let's wipe the glue and reposition it because it was a bit too deeply set. So I need it out a little bit more. That's better. Probably the same with the other one as well. I may have just placed those in a little too deep. Just change that pick as well. So I've got a longer pick. I think as well, I keep changing my mind. I think I'm going to do it with this. Instead of having this under the veronica, I'm going to bring it on top of the veronica. Just if I lift that up. I need to stand back. That is bugging me. That's out too far. Ones are out too far and ones aren't out far enough. So I'm going to put that one shorter because it's too long. What? Don't get where the glue is, you'll burn your ears. It's better. Now, I know something's amiss. What have we got there? We've got that there. Let's add a little bit more. Oh, this is the other one. Oh my good gracious me, guys, I nearly used that. Let me just cut off that just to add in. Yes, I've just got a bit of like a bald patch area where something's amiss and it needs filling. do that on the opposite side as well to the lisianthus, so it doesn't look odd. And I'll bring that down there. And then we are finished. Just fluff up our bow again. Okay, and then start going around, fluffing your area up and manipulating and moving some of your floral around if you think it doesn't look correct. Let me just see. And just where I tend to play around, guys, just to get things in the right position, that they don't look odd and that there's movement and it's flowing and there's balance. Sorry guys, I'm very particular. There we have it. So that is our project for our customer's daughter's wedding. So she's got it on her front door as she gets on the day of the wedding, and also when she returns, it's a reminder of a special day which will look beautiful. And I do now especially go around and I will get my hairdryer, place it on lukewarm to melt any glue strings that are left that I haven't spotted, and we will, once you get heat on them, it will melt them, so then you won't see them. And just move things around and get in between with your hairdryer as well, and it will do that. Or even maybe steam them. I've not tried that. I might try that, guys. But there is everything that the ladies requested and has picked out yesterday, and what she wants for her daughter's wedding. Again, she says they're both more like best friends, the way that they think, like things the same. So she says if she likes it, her daughter will definitely like it. So it's got all the wispy bits in that she's picked, and it's obviously the white, she's having white just with green foliage, but she's having pale green foliage. So she's had pale green foliage on here. She's having in her bouquet lisianthus and peonies, but only small peonies apparently, but with some greenery, some foliage. So this could be sat on her door, you know, again, waiting for her return, or as she gets up in the morning for her big special day, and look beautiful. And then when the car pulls up, she'll get out, and if she has a photograph, I don't know, I'm just assuming, with this in the background, you know, it'll add more to the special day, won't it? She'll look beautiful, I'm sure. So if you have any bridal orders, guys, or anything like that, and you know, you suggest to them, well, what about having it on a swag? Because sometimes the brides and that like things as they walk up to the venue after the church, and they like the flowers outside. Some don't like the pedestals or the archways. Some people are, you know, everybody's got their own opinion. Some people just like a little arrangement like this, or a swag on each side of the entrance to the venue, and or some just like a pedestal, 2 pedestals for the entrance as they walk in, and or some may like the archways. Everybody's different, but this lady specifically said she wants this on her front door when she gets up after getting ready for her wedding at home, and she's got it there so there can be pictures taken outside her house in her beautiful gown on the day of her wedding as the car pulls up. So she's got a bit of decoration in the background scenes of the photographs, which is a lovely idea, so romantic. And again, the lady picked everything, all of it. We went through it together. I gave her the what would look nice, what wouldn't look nice. I shown her things together. I even grabbed them. I didn't place them out like this. I had them all in my hand as a bouquet. And then I said to her, well, you know, here's your lisianthus, your peonies, and obviously ruscus and things, and the fern. And I shown her how they go together, and you know, everything. But again, when she picked the fern, she couldn't make her mind up which one she had. So I shown her different, the lighter fern with the bouquet. Then I removed that fern, grabbed the dark fern, placed that in the bouquet instead. She could see then the difference of the tones of the colours. So then she went with the light fern, and so on with other aspects that we did. And that's how I go with them and show them the different tones and shades, what with the choice of floral that they've, you know, picked. And I will give them, you know, this is what I think, but if you still request that you'd like it, I will gladly place it in. Because at the end of the day, it's the bride's day. It's, you know, I'm just making something special for her day, and I want her to be happy with whatever she chooses. So again, the lady and I came to all of this. She wanted the small swag. She loved it. And I think, as she's been saying, whatever she likes, her daughter's very much like she's the same person, like the twins, and they're joined at the hip. And she knows for definite, I mean, if she's going to like this finishing touch, her daughter definitely will. So I will send a picture to the lady who's ordered it for her daughter, and I will wait for her feedback, and I will let you know, guys. So I hope you like that. And again, if you're doing something yourself for a bride, ask them questions. Don't just sit there and because I've known a friend of mine once did it, sat there and said, well, what would you like? And the lady told her, and that was that. And I had to pull her aside and say to her, no disrespect towards your work, because you're fabulous, but you need to show them different, you know, materials or elements that will go with it or won't go with it. You don't just accept it, you know, you just give them an option. They may see better, you know, more positive on a different option. They may see it in a different way and think, yes, that looks better than what I thought. So you have to work with your customers in that respect. It's all about respect and, you know, building trust with your customer. So that is what I'd always swear by doing, you know, because I like to make them special, or any customer really special from what they are requesting. So if you've not even doing a bridal swag, or just do greens and whites like this, guys. Remember considering how I was placing them. Neck, shoulders, ribs, waist. You bring it out here and then go down to a point. And you go up with your stems to make things hang down. Because if you went in horizontally, they'd just stick out. So you'd have to keep bending them into shape. When by placing them upwards, then they just droop down and sit in that position. So I hope you liked that. Give it a go, even if it's not a bridal one, in any other colour, or just for a gift for your friends or family, or, you know, a loved one, or anything like that, or for your gran, you know, that'd be sweet. Or granddad, make a nice blue one for your granddad, or whatever his favourite colour is. I've got friends whose granddads like purples and things like that. So, you know, in whatever favourite colour they choose, I'm sure it will always look beautiful no matter what. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. So please subscribe, share and like to your friends, family, to the world, to all the brides out there and the grooms, and just show them what they could have on their door, or maybe at the venue as they turn up. If it was at a venue, then I would do two exactly the same, where I'd place one in one swag, then I'd move to another one, place the same thing, element in the same position on the other one. So I'd be moving from one to the other, to the other, with each different element. So then they would look identical. So I work then in pairs. So, or if they just want one, or again, just as a gift, or just to place on somebody's door, just to look pretty. It's all, you know, gonna look great no matter what. So again, please subscribe, guys, share and like. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And God bless you. And thank you so, so much for all your wonderful comments. I really do appreciate it to the bottom of my heart. You're just such a great bunch of people. And you're my international family, globally. And I love you all. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great day. And I hope you're well too, Sandra. And I hope that you're having a great day in the sun. So all the best, guys. And again, enjoy your day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye. So we'll just have a quick close-up, guys. Let me just go around my thing. Oops, I've just gone and kicked some cable in. There is the ombre bow, as you can see, or ribbon, with the white in it, going to a mint, to a green, to a slight darker one on the edging. And then you have your deco with like an olive green, really, to be quite honest, ribbon. And then you have your ones with your eucalyptus on as well. There is your veronica. There are your little baby peonies. There is your lisianthus with the buds here. And then you've got this wispy bit. I don't know if it looks like fennel or something. And then you've got your ruscus, your foxtail fern and lamb's ear with like glitter on, look like glass shards, crystals. It looks lovely, and that look really romantic for a wedding. And then you've got your flowering eucalyptus there as well. You've got your birch here also. And then you've got your Himalayan maidenhair fern in the background as well. And then you've got your snow willow just there, what the lady says her daughter has, if you can see it here, growing up her fence. So I hope you like that, guys, and I hope you give it a go and have a wonderful time and enjoy what you do. I'm going to drink my coffee now and enjoy. See the 2 cups, look, it's like a restaurant in here now. there'll be a plate tomorrow. Right, well, enjoy your day. Marley says goodbye, don't you, Marley? Yes, say bye. What? There you go. There's his bye. Have a great day, guys. Love you all and take care. Bye for now.